applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala!
All right, 25 minutes before 11 o'clock. Gosh, I'm trying to think how to open this one. When you hear about a serial killer and the victims are prostitutes, and you ask yourself this, okay, one of the biggest joys, I know, okay, can we put the kids to bed for a second here? One of the biggest joys us guys have is sex, right? It's a big deal, right? So
Yeah.
why would you pay somebody to give you that excitement and then kill her? It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, oh gosh, it just doesn't make any sense. Claudia Rowe is on the phone. She's written a book. Oh my gosh, this is going to be one you don't put down either. We've had a good morning this morning.
Yeah.
Her book is called The Spider and the Fly. Claudia is a journalist. The subtitle to the book: A Reporter, a Serial Killer, and the Meaning of Murder. Her credentials include staff writer at the Seattle Times, twice nominated for the Pulitzer Prize, contributed to the New York Times, Mother Jones, the Huffington Post, Women's Day. You get the picture. She's got a lot of credentials under her belt. So let's find out about the book. We've only got a short interview, it looks like. Claudia, good morning. Claudia Rowe. Good morning, Claudia.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Where are you?
I'm in Seattle.
Oh, in Seattle. Okay. Did you move from New York? Am I understanding this right? You were in Poughkeepsie?
You are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from New York, and I was living in New York when all this was happening, and then I moved across the country.
So what happened? There was a guy, and by the time you met up with him, he was already arrested, right?
That is correct, yeah. I had been living in the area and knew that women kept being reported missing, but nobody was ever found. There was no crime scene, so police said, there's no proof that there's actually anything wrong going on here. So there was sort of a lack of urgency initially as women kept being reported missing, but it just was going on for a couple of years, and eventually you couldn't really avoid the pattern or the perception of a pattern, and Kendall Francois confessed to murdering 8 women and storing all of their bodies in the home where he lived.
Oh, my gosh.
A block from Vassar College. He lived a block from Vassar College with his mom, dad, and teenage sister, who did not know.
Oh, my goodness. How many bodies did he have in the house?
8.
My goodness. Oh, my God. And you met him did you interview him?
I did. About a year after his confession, I wrote to him. He was then in jail, awaiting, what his prison sentence would be. And we spoke on the phone, I met him in jail, and then when he was moved to Attica, I visited him a couple times there as well.
So is this a novel, or is this the true story, or both?
The true story. I did try to write it in a novelistic way.
I got you.
So I
Okay.
appreciate the question, but it is absolutely true.
Okay. Forgive me if this is like way out of line. Please, I apologize in advance. But did you fall in love with him?
Absolutely not. There was
Okay.
none of that. That was not what was going on here at all. I was absolutely driven to understand what is behind this word evil, and what is behind this word monster. Those words were wrong, but they were not particularly illuminating to me, and that was the draw.
Did all the women, was the common denominator with the women that they were all prostitutes, or am I wrong about that?
They all most of them had worked as prostitutes. They weren't all regulars on the strip all the time, but they all had dabbled or been severely addicted to drugs, and they all used prostitution at times to support their habits. They were far more, however, than just prostitutes. I have to say they were mothers.
Right. Oh, I think that all the time about prostitutes, because I think about them a lot, actually. No, but I've often thought about people who get categorized as one thing, that, you're not just that. You're a son, you're a daughter, you're a mother, you're a father, whatever. Yeah, and I think if we were to think of all people that way, we would maybe be a gentler society. I don't know.
Okay, you trying to get that with the book.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I am definitely trying to point in that direction with this book. I think if we would see each other a little more deeply, with a little more complexity, some of this terrible, terrible pain and damage might be avoided. I do believe that.
Yeah, we're very selfish. Us humans are very selfish.
Since Francois confessed and there wasn't a trial, is that unusual? I thought even if somebody confessed, there would still be a trial.
He pled guilty, so the confession is one thing, but your legal pleading is another. He pled guilty to all of the crimes as a deal to avoid a death penalty trial.
Wow.
Was he sane in your mind? I guess there's you have to say there's insanity somewhere in there, but I mean, how did he come across?
So what defines you as insane in a court of law is very different from what would strike a regular person as sane or insane. So to your question, he surely knew that what he was doing was wrong. So in a court of law, you would say, he knew the difference between right and wrong, and he definitely did. But yeah, I think a guy who repeatedly murders women and then stores their bodies is not sane in the definition that you or I would use it. And he did strike me as profoundly paranoid. He was extremely paranoid and full of sort of a hair trigger rage that would kind of be subsumed deep within him, but would pop out at certain triggers, and you could see it immediately.
Because of your relentless searching for what you felt was the truth and all of your expertise that led up to this, other law enforcement people and mental illness experts, I feel they're going to pick up your book and try to dissect it, and this would be a huge, huge help for other people, the innocents, to gather up warning signs.
Maybe part of what I wanted to understand in talking to him was, what is this person like as a person? I wasn't some sort of authority or criminologist or forensic psych person. I wasn't a person with a clipboard and a lab coat. I was only 5 years older than Kendall Francois. So we were contemporaries in many ways, and I really wanted to understand, what is a guy who does this, what is he like as a person to interact with, not a specimen or a category or a diagnosis, but as a guy. So to your point, I hope that people look more deeply at those they are repelled by, because he was surely a very repellent guy, but if he had been seen more clearly earlier, perhaps as a child, maybe some of this could have been avoided.
Not to be religious on you at all, but I think, the religious message that we are supposed to understand is that we're supposed to forgive no matter what. I always say, how is it possible? If one of those people that he killed was my sister, that I would never forgive him. There would be no way that I could obey that God command if I should forgive everybody. It would just be one of those. I'd have to say to God, I'm sorry, I can't do that one. But I'm wondering if maybe what you're saying is the path to forgiveness is by trying to understand. And gosh, it's a hard pill to swallow, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I'm not advocating that anybody should forgive Kendall Francois. I really need to make that clear. I didn't forgive him, and I would never ask the family members of his victims or anyone else to forgive him. But I do think that we can try to understand him. And in those who don't want to, I fully appreciate. Not everyone wants to.
Well,
but I think it's not about forgiveness, but it is about comprehension and understanding these people in a more complex way.
Claudia Rowe, thank you so much. I can just hear, just from this little interview, why you are such a well-awarded journalist. She's got the Casey Medal for Meritorious Journalism. I don't even know what that is, but that just sounds good. The Spider and the Fly is the book. I have a copy of the book. And by the way, the last author who was on, I have a copy of his book. I had calls coming in, but we were it was too close in timing. So call if you would like Claudia's book. Claudia, can you give us a website?
Sure. My website is ClaudiaRoweJournalist.com. So I think you can contact me there. I'm also on Twitter at Rowe Report. And the book is available, should be available in your local bookstore, of course, on Amazon. It's all over the place.
Very good. And Claudia spells her last name with an E at the end, R-O-W-E, ClaudiaRoweJournalist.com. Again, the book, The Spider and the Fly. Claudia, thank you for being on the air with us today.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate your interest.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0.